back from that, brief break, and before that break, I told you that we'll be discussing this really very important topic, Universal Children's Day 2025 celebration with the theme, "My Day, My Rights." A day we recognize the rights of children. And in discussing this, we have with us right here in the studio, Right Honorable Victory Kunife, who is the Speaker, Anambra State Children's Parliament. And we also have Honorable Clinton Wigwe, who is also the Deputy Speaker, Anambra State Children's Parliament. And of course, we have them right here in the studio to discuss this really very important topic. Good morning, Right Honorable Victory Ekunife. When we talk about, whenever I hear your name, I tend to wonder if you're very much connected to the very, to the big lady, Ekunife, Mrs. Senator Ekunife.
Yeah, no.
You're not from the same town.
Different
places entirely. All right. Honorable Clinton Wigwe, Deputy Speaker, Anambra State Children's Parliament. You're quite not on time, but I believe it wouldn't really matter.
Yeah.
So we'll do justice to this topic this morning. All right. What is it about this topic that we need to know? Because, of course, when we talk about children, everyone is someone's child. So probably, this celebration, is it for all the children or for, a certain demography of children? Right, Honorable Ekunife.
Okay, thank you very much. When we talk about this celebration, we talk of my day, my rights. If you look at it, it's more like a personal something. It's a child saying my day, my rights.
So what demography of a child? Because whether you like someone who is 90 is a child. Whether you like it or not, somebody is a child.
According to the child rights law, a child is anyone that is under 18 years.
Okay.
Yes, below 18 years. So this program is mainly for the children, and it's just like I said, when we talk about children, we're talking about anyone below 18 years. Yes, however, the program is not just for the children, because the theme, even though we say my day, my rights, if you look at the beginning part of it, there's something like listening to children. So we are now speaking to the adults who will listen to us. So it's not just about celebrating the children or just trying to commemorate the day, but it's an avenue to tell who are the people listening to us, the adults, the government, as many as they are, the stakeholders in both the family level and both policymakers and what have you.
Oh, that's beautiful. Honorable Clinton, what are these things that children know that adults do not know, that the children are willing to tell the adults?
No, there are some certain things that adults can be doing in their own perspective. They are doing it for the betterment of the children. All right, the children on their own perspective, they are being infringed upon their rights. Something like the right of communication. Okay, let me just use this popular scenario whereby a parent can just lock up their children inside the house for a whole day. The children can't communicate with anybody. They can't just do anything. Now, from the own perspective of the parents, they are trying to protect their children from harm, from any unsafe activities. But from the perspective of the children, they are being deprived the right to communicate, the right to socialize. So those type of things and many other more.
So this is more like children standing up to their rights.
Yes.
So now say, parents, you cannot tell us what to do again.
Not
we can
actually
now do what you want to do.
But
you can pay our schools. Don't tell us what to do. Don't tell us.
No. The parents still have the right to instruct their children.
Just instruct, but nothing more.
Instruct, guide them.
Okay.
But they have to also understand that this is also an essential part of the growth of children.
Essential part. the growth of children. That's quite So let's look at the theme of today. I think we've seen two of the themes: my day, listening to children, my day, my rights, and we also have a stand up for children's rights. So these are two themes for today's celebration, or rather today's, we like to call it awareness creation. So why do we have these two? Why was these two themes chosen?
Okay, that's the theme itself is listening to children, my day, my rights. So the other one, I think, might be kind of a supporting, because this day personally is being celebrated by UNICEF. So that was why we are on UNICEF attire this morning, and it's a very essential thing, and that's the reason why we are here. Not just an awareness, also a celebration. UNICEF also has a celebration for the day, apart from the program of this morning. Yes. So, but when we speak about this theme, when we speak, I know I've said something on this before, that it boils down to not just the children, but the listeners and the children themselves. So now we are here to speak on. There are lots of rights. There are lots of rights.
So what are some of these? So I would want you to make more clarifications, because when we talk about rights, it means there are some rights of children that may have been stampeded on, probably knowingly or unknowingly, right? So can you, stress on this aspect?
Okay. Yes, there are lots of rights. These rights are entitlements. They are not privileges that we expect from the government. They are entitlements.
Or from the society.
Or from the society. No, rights they are entitlements that people have for just being humans. And what makes children special is the fact that the Constitution of Nigeria applies to children, and we still have extra. Children are the most vulnerable members of the society. So I feel like this Constitution wasn't really enough to keep, protect the entire rights of the children. And we still have a whole child rights law, child rights act. It's still not that we even have a lot of things to even look at. But when we come to examples, I want to really emphasize on this aspect of child marriage.
Oh, child
because
marriage.
Because it's really eating deep into the society. But the funny part of it all...
can you stress a little bit on the child marriage? Because we see that, like you just said, and I think I'll agree with you on that, where families, due to probably economic stress or a whole lot of issues, begin to, I won't want to use the word sheep, but, betroth is another one entirely, but, give their child, especially their adult child, hand in marriage to someone.
Okay. The thing here is that, when we talk of child marriage, we speak about taking a child, obviously, like I said, anyone below the age of 18, into marriage. And this is very prevalent in Anambra West local government. Agolere, we see these things. Now is not a time to keep on saying it happens somewhere, because on daily basis we see these things happening, and we see futures damaged, because you cannot really expect a child 14 years, for crying out loud, 13 years, but most times it's not really about the economic condition of the family. Most times, because I took my time to really study these girls who are giving out in marriage, most of them, they are giving out because they got pregnant.
Oh, they got pregnant. So basically, it's not just...
So, it's just a contributing factor.
A contributing factor.
And under the main issue here is the culture. Because we still have parents, if not for that culture there, that they don't see it as an abnormal thing, to give a child out in marriage. You will still see parents who, regardless of the condition of the girl, when she got pregnant, say, no, you will finish school and bring the child home. But because it's a culture, they don't see it as anything at all. They just do it the way they like. And you see, 14-year-old girl is pregnant. Before you know it, they're giving her hand in marriage already. Like, it keeps on repeating itself. it was not last week. I saw 17 years old, and I was discussing with someone. She was like, this one is better now. At least 17, she's almost an adult. I was like, regardless. And when you go to these areas where this thing is prevalent, you will see many single ladies there.
Single
because
ladies,
they will not. How long? What's the maximum year we can even give them to say this amount of years they will stay in that marriage?
Right.
Because they don't even know. By the time they come out and let's say they get into the university, they see that they've not even started life. They start seeing fresh girls, and most of them are these elderly ones that they get married.
All right. So you're quite becoming very emotional to this.
It has
very,
to be.
Yeah, of course. No, I get
apart
it.
from the children themselves, the ones they will birth, they will be raised in a very inconvenient environment.
A very inconvenient
now
environment.
imagine what the future of that child will be.
Oh, imagine what the future of the child. It's one that is quite going to be. I don't know how best to describe that. Okay.
What's the example to follow?
All right, let's bring you, of course, you're still very much part of the conversation, but we were just thinking more like we were focusing on your, speaker. Now, what does it feel, or rather, do you feel adults listen to children enough already, or you feel like they need to listen more, or they do not listen more? What's your take on that? That's basically the constant relationship between young persons and parents and adults.
I actually think that the adults don't listen to children much.
Or enough.
Okay. They don't listen to children much because if you check many scenarios, like now the Anambra State Child's Right Law states that all children have the right to free and compulsory education, and also Governor Prof. Chukwuma Soludo has also made it mandatory and made school fees very free. So now, and afforded very free. So now the parents, sometimes if you see a child walking on the road, the child will say, it's my parents that sent me. And if you engage the child very well, the child will tell you that, truly, I want to go to school. Now, I want to go to school, but my parents sent me on this. Oh. And if you ask the child, did you tell your parents you want to go to school? The child will say yes. Now, and this thing is not just one person, just many persons, different persons. And it's not that the parents don't have the money to send the child to school. Some use it to exploit, to make it another avenue to generate income. Business. Or just not to make the child a liability, whereas the child is not a liability or stuff like that. So some parents don't actually listen to their children much.
So how best do you think this should be, eradicated, talking about listening, to, creating that proper communication between the adult and the children? How do you think, adults should arrest that situation? Still on you, Mwiwe.
Okay, what I think is that maybe some seminars for parent seminars, or just publicity and enlightenment, even in the marketplace, many other places, in the churches. Churches are very vital.
It's a place of worship.
Somebody might not listen to you in the marketplace, but when it comes to the church, he will surely listen to you because now he is relaxed. He's just trying to pay attention. So when this publicity are taken to the churches, to the local villages, to towns and all that, you see that, when you do it over and over again, they will start giving thoughts to all these things, and they will start implementing it.
All right. Generally, what does it feel like, being part of this celebration this year for both of you? Like, what's it for, the feelings and all that?
No, you said I was already getting emotional, so I don't know.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that.
I took it personal, right?
No, you should, because it should be what spurs you to be part of what you're doing. Because if you're not connected, if you're not to an extent emotionally connected to what you're doing, you may not really do them very well. So there's basically nothing wrong.
So basically, I take this celebration very personal because I feel like, he who is at the top should be able to properly relate. When we say the parliament, you're saying giving voices to ideas, being representatives. So I see it as a platform to actively represent the children of Anambra State. And that was why I laid so much emphasis on the issue of the child marriage. I think we had more time, I don't know. We have lots of rights that we will still really want to, make a whole lot out of. Even coming to the free education, it's free. I just saw a girl, I think a girl and a boy. They were hawking in a school environment. I went to them, I called them, they thought I wanted to buy pure water, which they were selling. I called them and asked, how come on a Friday, you're not in school? The girl said, I'm not at school. I said, what happened? He said, I'm going to go. And I said, but I thought education is free here in Anambra State. He said, na mona nkifahana. So I asked, a government school? Said, yes. At a government school, but they pay school fees there.
Did she say how much?
No. I didn't go further to ask
So
her
probably
that.
so these are some of the things you would have verified too.
I took it that I will have to go to that school here in Amansi. She called the name of the school. And these things, should I say we're the ones making this life very difficult? So even after it's free, whoever is in charge of the school still goes ahead to incur, school fees and all. And what then is the essence? So it's an advocacy that the parliament will be moving on with as, God keeps helping us.
But did you later buy water from her?
Of course I did.
Yeah, so that's quite
Of course
okay.
I did.
All right, let's look at education. What role do you think education can play in, in these? In terms of sensitizing people about children, creating that relationship between adults and children?
Okay, is it on the part of children or on the part of adults?
Both ways.
Okay, now, education can play a very vital role in this scenario now, because some children can ask for things that are unrealistic. They can ask for things that they don't really need. But in our civic education back then, they taught us about values, morals, and good values, integrity, honesty, all those things. And you know that these values are also something that the children have to be imparted on from home. So when they get to school and they hear more of it and all that, they have the tendency to ask for the right things if they are truly educated very well. But my concern, a very big concern for that matter, is that most of the times, when I travel down to where I stay, like to my parents' house or anywhere, even here, sometimes I see children going to school by 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, even 11. And I always wonder, I ask, why are these children still going to school by this time? And most of them are actually government schools, even the primary and secondary, going to school by that time. And I ask myself, if these children can't get the mindset of being elite, or the discipline they need at this time, what more, if they ask for something, would that thing be actually something that will be beneficial to them? Most times when I walk past some of these government schools, you see that it is usually very rowdy. The one I walk past them around 10 o'clock a.m. in the morning, one of the days in Mpo, and the school was very rowdy, very rowdy. And I was asking, are there not teachers in this school?
So teachers have to really do it.
Yes, they have to stand up to it.
A call for concern, actually. I agree with you on that. All right, we'll go for a short break, and when we come back, we'll continue to look at this, topic, celebrating the children globally today, and on the topic, listening to every child, protecting every right. We'll come back from this short break, and we'll continue. All right, welcome back to these discussion segment of the Good Morning Anambra right on ABS Television. Well, we are talking about Universal Children's Day 2025, listening to every child, protecting every right, with the theme, this year's theme, listening to children, my day, my right, and also stand up for children's All right, discussing these with Right Honorable Victor Ekunife, who's the Speaker of the Children's Parliament, and also Right Honorable Clinton Anwigwe, who is the Deputy Speaker of the Children's Parliament this morning. All right, let's begin to look at some of the, statistics that are quite, let's say, disturbing. According to reports, we have 1 in 6 children living in extreme poverty globally. That's around $2.15 per day. Then we have about 150 million children who are affected by child labor. And we have about 1 in 4 children under age 5 worldwide suffering from stunted growth due to malnutrition. We have more than 100 million children who are out of school, especially in low-income countries. Then we also have conflict and climate change displacing millions of children annually. And in sub-Saharan Africa, we have child mortality remaining high with 1 in 13 children dying before the age of 5. These statistics are quite concerning. Your take on them?
You read out a whole lot of things. But I feel like at this point, we'll talk about the ones that are peculiar to us.
Yes.
Of which, when we speak about poverty rates, we know that today is a result of yesterday. And what we can only change at this point is tomorrow, which will change by what we do today. And on that ground, I will lay emphasis on, it's not to take us aback, but you see education. Many parents feel like they are just about today. There is no sustainability in their plans. There is no form of, what do I mean by this? You see a child, the mother has a shop and she would tell the child to stay in the shop and
go to school.
assist. So she's just after the today. If we continue that way, tomorrow we'll still have the same level of poverty. Remember, today is a result of yesterday. And at this point, what we can change is what will move into the future we are inheriting. And it will only be changed by what happens today. Let me speak to the parents. Please. At least let there be a sense of sustainability. Let there be a sense of what does the future hold? It's not just about the today. You're telling the child, hey, go and sell this, stay in the shop, do this, do the other one. And the person doesn't go to school. Please, tomorrow the child will be like you. The child will definitely be like you because there is no difference in how you grew up. Obviously, in your own time, your parents told you to go and hawk because a parent who goes to school knows the value of education.
That's
Some,
right.
I interviewed some. She said she got married when she was in GSS 3. So, this is the evidence of.
But that's quite impressive. Getting married at just 3 more.
And dropped out of school.
And got into business. Because business is a good thing too.
I'm not saying business is not a good thing, but we have priorities. If from GSS 3, the person already has money. Did you really get to interact with this person and ask if she's happy with what she's doing for herself currently? I believe that should also be a bone of contention. All right, I'm looking at some of the issues, looking at some of the issues abound, because believe me, there will be lots of issues and all that. So, but now should be focused on solutions and all that. What if you could change anything for children in your community? What would that be?
I would change the education system, upgrading.
You think the government is not doing enough in that?
The government is doing enough work based on what they are doing already, but when you come to the grassroots, you will not see most of the impact. So now we have to focus on either the grassroots or the middlemen, the people that enforce those things in the grassroots. Because there is no way, Governor Chukwuma Soludo, the other time, he employed more than 5,000 teachers. And of which I saw the effect. Some of my school teachers then had to resign to go and start teaching in government schools. So, and when you come to schools, when you go to the government schools, you will not see the impact. Children will be playing around, and you'll be asking yourself.
Still, they do not have enough teachers.
Yeah,
currently till now. Do you feel till now the teachers?
I have not checked recently because I was in Noka here. I've been in Noka here for some time. So I've not checked
to see how effective it has been.
Yeah.
All right. So your last words this morning, you know, from probably first from you, Victor Ekunife, and then subsequently you, Migwe, your last words to everyone, especially to adults, for children.
My last words. First of all, thank UNICEF for commemorating this day for the children of Anambra State. And to the parents, let's uphold a sustainable plan in bringing up our children. In bringing up the children. Children are not just future citizens. They are also present rights holders. They are not just for the future. If you are the future, then you should be given the opportunity to be listened to be paid attention to. When they speak, hear them, and not to come later on. We say we are preserving the image of the family, but there have always been signs that you failed to look up to and notice. So please, for the sake of this, and for the sake of being present on this program and listening to us, learn to listen to your children. Learn to pay rapt attention to them. Their body movements, the ones they finally speak out, learn to pay attention to them. Handle what they say well. If you don't handle, they will not tell you again. They go out and tell someone else.
All right. So basically, parents should have that, you know, communication, quality communication with the kids and all that. All right. Right, Honorable Migwe, your last words, please.
Okay.
To parents on this, though, not your last word before, but...
All right. First off, I would like to thank UNICEF for this wonderful opportunity, because they have been trying their best, and they are trying their best to make the voice of children heard. And I won't take that for granted. Also, there is this popular metaphoric quote about children. The quote says, the voice of children are light. It did not even say they are like light. It said they are light. And when they are listened to, the society shines brighter. So there is this mindset I grew up with, because my 3 elder siblings, when they wanted to choose a career path, when they tell my parents would be like, after studying this, what will you be able to do with this thing you studied? So now, I watched the first person, second person, third person, and for me, I started looking out. Anything I get interested in, I will check what I will do with these things. So now, you see that if the parents can listen to their children, they can be able to make the children to go like what the children
align them properly.
Yes. So I believe that the parents still have a vital role to play in this matter. Just discuss with your children on their interests and everything.
All right.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Victor Ekunife and Right Honorable Clinton Wigwe of the Children's Parliament, for coming on here to discuss this topic, Universal Children's Day 2025, listening to every child, protecting every right here on the ABS studio. My name is Obi Naikechko. Of course, we've still got more on this discussion segment this morning. Stay tuned.
Okenye ọbụna n'ala Igbo na-asị na onweghị ihe nwatakịrị nwere n'itinye, mana anyị ahụgo n'oge a na ịga ụmụazị ntị ga-eme ka ihe gaa nke ọma karịa. Iji onwe mmadụ, nwa m nwoke nọ na akwụkwọ nke nnukwu a na-akpọ secondary school SS1, o nwere otu ụbọchị ọ jụrụ m ajụjụ ma akọbi ebe a, mana n'ịsa ajụjụ ahụ mụ onwe m na-asị ya mụtakwa ife, ya onwe ya amụta ihe. So anyị ga na-ege ụmụazị ntị. Ndị oyibo kwara okwu sị onye nwere uche na-esite n'okwu ndị enweghị uche 10 wepụta uche dị mma. So ọ bụrụ na ị na-eche na nwa na-eme nkogoro, ị ga-ege ya ntị. Nzuzu ahụ o zuzuru n'okwu ya, ị ga-eji akụzie ife ya nwa amụta ihe. So ka anyị bụrụ ndị ga na-ewetu obi so ụmụazị, maka ọtụtụ mgbe o nwere mmụọ dị iche iche ụmụazị na mmụọ ha enwe ọdịdị dị egwu karịa okenye, onwe mmụọ na-ezife ife. So sometimes ya ahụ ị na-eche ka mara okwu ị na-ajụ onye gwara ya, mana o nwere ọdịdị nke ọmụmụ ya. So anyị kwesịrị ịdị na-eji nwa ya eso ụmụazị.
When we are growing up, during our own time, when we are growing up, you don't have a freedom of expression, no. If your father or your mother said that sit down there, they never born you well. How will you stand up? They will beat the hell out of you. But in this our generation now, we see those that are coming behind us that at least people their parents are not giving them a listening ear, they don't beat them like that, at least they should be able to give them freedom to express themselves. They be able to express themselves how they feel. Daddy, I don't feel like I don't feel like taking this. Let's start from me. Your father go tell you, say, nah, this thing I get that time, if they born you, no eat am. Why won't you eat it? But they should give the children now the freedom to express themselves, and they should give them a proper and adequate education to help the community, to build the society.
Parents should, like the Bible said, they should nurture their children in the fear of the Lord. They should train them in the word of God. Parents should know that children, they are the gift from God. And when a child comes in a home, it comes like an open envelope. It is what the parents put inside the child that child will contain. So if they inculcate fear of God in that child will grow with the fear of God. So if they nurture that child well, train that child well, that child will be free with society and be free in the environment.
Many parents, they've grown to become too busy to pay attention to their children. So I think the first way is for children to be heard. For the parents to have the ability to listen to their children and know what the children actually want, because many a times the children will need something or want to call the attention of their parents to some things that the parents should see, but as a result of their negligence, if I may put it that way, their negligence, it's a result in the fact that the children die in silence. Many a times, even this abuse, many of the children actually draw the attention of their parents. Just the deafness of the parents that results in the seriousness of what it results to. Every parent should pay attention to their children, to listen to the children's needs, to know what they are thinking about, to know their problems, because that's how they can know the kind of children they have, and also to know the problems their children are facing.